Yo guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is a classic hard rock guitar riff. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. So, what are we talking about today? I'll show you music is the best way to show. Really cool. 1, 2. And so on. That's how it continues. This thing sounds so extremely tight and is so extremely that you must learn this thing, but it has it's not so easy as it might look like. We really tear apart all parts of it and really work them out in detail, because precision is the main thing in rock or in hard rock or any type of rock guitar, all genres. Precision is the main thing, that you're gonna sound like not like you know. And the first thing is a palm muted notes. We can take this backing track here, which I produced, by the way. It's in 100 BPM, and the thing is, you have here open A string, and your palm muted notes has to be really that, you know. I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the very first thing you need to work on. And if you're not really on the point, as you heard at the beginning, I was not exactly on the point, and the groove somehow got a little bit blurry. It has to be really on the point, and then you're gonna sound awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the best thing, you really need to be in the groove with your body and feel the groove, and then get these things down. That's the very first thing you need to know to play this type of rock guitar riffs. So now let's see the details of this really cool classic hard rock guitar riff. The riff is in A, so we're playing an A5. And now, your right hand technique is the most important thing on the first, on the whole part. So we have this figure here. As you can hear. So, the thing is, you play the palm muted note, and then you play an A5, and then you play the other two notes, which will be the D and the G string, and you make this rotation here with your picking hand. So, see, you just make a rotation. You can just first check it out with the A5. And the trick is you play 2 bass notes and 1 top note, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And this gives a shift in the accent, so you have 2 bass and 1 top note. So the first of the top notes comes on a beat, and the second one on an off beat, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, see? And then you just keep this going on. And then once you have this down, so that's the whole thing. You have 4 times this figure, 1, and then at the end you have a slide, like. But first, before we do the slide, you have to start moving the chords. You go from A5 to A minus 7 to D over A in the bass and back to A minus 7. So. And now we need a final phrase here. Here's a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on 4 you just play this in the 5th and 4 and then the whole phrase is finished. So it's a 2-bar figure. Okay, so it's a 2-bar figure. Once you have this thing down, it's really simple. But to have it that precise, you need to work on it, as showed. First on the palm muted note, and then you have to have this precision on the whole riff. So you're gonna play this 2 times. And now second time it's only 1 bar. And then we go to F5, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So you make F5, you make 1, and on 2 you damp, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay? Okay, so you have. And now we have one problem. We wanna have a more dynamic changement from here to F5, and there's a very simple trick which I use very often. On 4 and I play 2 dead notes, 2 16 dead notes. So that gives you the time to go down. And this sounds more dynamic. So let's do the whole thing now with the backing track to see how this whole thing works. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was the first part of the riff. Once you have this thing down, the rest gets easier. Now we want to have a little variation on the riff. So we, instead of going here from A5 up here to D over A, we start here on the A5 up here. It's exactly the same riff, but you have different chords. We have here A5, D with the A in the bass, A minus A. And the rest remains the same, okay? Let's do the whole thing with a variation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and after that comes kind of the chorus or the refrain. Then we go to D5. And now again the same trick as before. We want to have a dynamic shift, so we make on 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 dead notes on 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And same from D5 to F5. And the rest remains pretty much the same. 3, 4. And at the end comes, that's a bit hard. So we have F5, so we make a dotted 8 note, and then the 2 dead notes on 2. And then we have, gives us the time to jump into the E7 sharp 9. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. That's probably the most difficult part of the whole riff. So now let's play the whole thing together with the backing track. It's really cool. And as I said, the precision and the steadiness makes the magic of this great rock guitar, hard rock guitar riff. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. And one thing on the D5 I forgot to say, this one, that it bites, as you can hear. That's probably the most important chord. You grab it on the 3rd fret, 2nd fret, you damp the high E string and you damp the low E string, and this way you can really crush through the string to get this extremely great biting power chord. That's the big magic of the D5, that you just play like that. Yo guys, that was the classic hard rock guitar riff. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to download the tabs, if it was too fast for you, it's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Kit Plus, this really cool backing track. I'm gonna make a tutorial as well about soldering over this track here. A lot of cool tricks here, but for today I think it's enough. If you want more rock guitar, please subscribe and come back and also see my live streams and blah 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 blah. See you guys, bye.